Day 3 of our reading plan through the Bible. We are still in Genesis. So today we're going to read chapters 8 through 11. And then starting tomorrow, we will actually go through the book of Job because we are reading through chronologically. And then we will come back to Genesis. So if you are ready, let's get started on our reading for today. A quick note, I'm going to really try to pronounce these names correctly, but please don't hate me if I say these names incorrectly. Genesis chapter 8. Then God remembered Noah and every living thing and all the animals that were with him in the ark, and God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters subsided. The fountains of the deep and the winds of heaven were also stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. And the waters receded continually from the earth. At the end of 150 days, the waters decreased. Then the ark rested in the 7th month, the 17th day of the month, on the mountains of Ararat. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, the tops of the mountains were seen. So it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made. Then he sent out a raven, which kept going to and fro until the waters had dried up from the earth. He also sent out from himself a dove, to see if the waters had receded from the face of the ground. But the dove found no resting place for the sole of her foot, and she returned into the ark to him. For the waters were on the face of the whole earth. So he put out his hand and took her and drew her into the ark to himself. And he waited yet another 7 days. And again he sent out the dove from the ark. Then the dove came to him in the evening, and behold, a freshly plucked olive leaf was in her mouth. And Noah knew that the waters had receded from the earth. So he waited yet another 7 days, and sent out the dove, which did not return again to him any more. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the 1st month, the 1st day of the month, that the waters were dried up from the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked. And indeed the surface of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth was dried. Then God spoke to Noah, saying, Go out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons wives with you. Bring out with you every living thing of all flesh that is with you, birds and cattle, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, so that they may abound on the earth, and be fruitful and multiply on the earth. So Noah went out, and his sons and his sons' wives with him. Every animal, creeping thing, every bird, and whatever creeps on the earth, according to their families, went out of the ark. God's covenant with creation. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and took of every clean animal and every clean bird, and offered burnt offerings to the Lord. And the Lord smelled the soothing aroma. Then the Lord said in his heart, I will never again curse the ground for man's sake, although the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Nor will I again destroy every living thing as I have done. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, winter and summer, and the day and night shall not cease. Chapter 9. So God blessed Noah and his sons, and said to them, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be on every beast of the earth, on every bird of the air, on all that move on the earth, and on all fish of the sea. They are given into your hand. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. I have given you all things, even as the green herbs, but you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is, its blood. Surely for your life blood I will demand a reckoning. From the hand of every beast I will require it, and from the hand of man. From the hand of every man's brother I will require the life of man. Whoever sheds man's blood, by man his blood shall be shed. For in the image of God he made man. And as for you, be fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply it. Then God spoke to Noah and to his sons with him, saying, As for me, behold, I establish my covenant with you and with your descendants after you, and with every living creature that is with you, the birds, the cattle, and every beast of the earth with you, of all that go out of the ark, every beast of the earth. Thus I establish my covenant with you. Never again shall all flesh be cut off by the waters of the flood. Never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, This is the sign of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. I set my rainbow in the cloud, and it shall be for the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. It shall be when I bring a cloud over the earth that the rainbow shall be seen in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. The waters shall never again become a flood to destroy all the flesh. The rainbow shall be in the cloud, and I will look on it to remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is on the earth. And God said to Noah, This is a sign of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is on the earth. Noah and his sons. Now the sons of Noah went out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were the sons of Noah, and from these the whole earth was populated. And Noah began to be a farmer, and he planted a vineyard. Then he drank of the wine and was drunk, and he became uncovered in his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brothers outside. But Shem and Japheth took a garment, laid it on both their shoulders, and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father. Their faces were turned away, and they did not see their father's nakedness. So Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done to him. Then he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants he shall be to his brethren. And he said, Blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem, and may Canaan be his servant. May God enlarge Japheth, and may he dwell in the tents of Shem, and may Canaan be his servant. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years. So all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. Chapter 10. Now this is the genealogy of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And the sons were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshesh, and Taras. The sons of Gomer were Ashkenaz, Riphtha, Togarmah. The sons of Javan were Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodium. From these, the coastlands peoples of the Gentiles were separated into their lands, everyone according to his language, according to their families, into their nations. The sons of Ham were Cush, Merizim, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush were Sheba, Havilah, Sabta, Ramah, Sabtecha. The sons of Ramah were Sheba and Dedan. Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one on the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore it is said, like Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, Calneh, in the land of Shinar. From that land he went to Assyria and built Nineveh, Raboth, Urkal, and Rezin between Nineveh and Kalal. This is the principal city. Mizraim begot Ludim, Anahem, Lehabim, Naphtuim, Pathrushim, Cashluhim, from whom came the Philistines, and Captorim. Canaan begot Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, the Jebusite, the Amorite, and the Girashite, the Hivite, the Achrite, and the Sinite, the Arabadite, the Zimrite, and the Hamathite. Afterward, the family of the Canaanites were dispersed, and the border of the Canaanites from Sidon as you go toward Gera as far as Gaza. Then as you go toward Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, Zibium, as far as Lasha. These were the sons of Ham according to their families, according to their languages, in their lands and in their nations. And the children were also born to Shem, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth the elder. The sons of Shem were Elam, Ashur, Abrax, Lud, Aram. The sons of Aram were Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash. Araphax begot Salah, and Salah begot Eber. To Eber were born 2 sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his day the earth was divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. Joktan begot Almadad, Sheleph, Harazemeth, Jerah, Had-aram, Uzal, Diklah, Obal, Abiamel, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan, and their dwelling place was from Mesha, as you go toward Sephar, the mountains of the east. These were the sons of Shem according to their families, according to their languages, in their lands, according to their nations. These were the families of the sons of Noah according to their generations, in their nations, and from these the nations were divided on the earth after the flood. Now the whole earth had one language and one speech, and it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, and they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. Then they said to one another, Come, let us make bricks and bake them thoroughly. They had brick for stone, and they had asphalt for mortar. And they said, Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top is in the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad over the face of the whole earth. But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the sons of men had built. And the Lord said, Indeed, the people are one, and they all have one language, and this is what they begin to do. Now nothing they have proposed to do will be withheld from them. Come, let us go down and there confuse their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from there over the face of all the earth, and they ceased building the city. Therefore its name is called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of all the earth, and from there the Lord scattered them abroad over the face of all the earth. Shem's descendants. This is a genealogy of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begot Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. After he begot Arphaxad, Shem lived 500 years and begot sons and daughters. Arphaxad lived 35 years and begot Selah. After he begot Selah, Arphaxad lived 403 years and begot sons and daughters. Selah lived 30 years and begot Eber. After he begot Eber, Selah lived 403 years and begot sons and daughters. Eber lived 34 years and begot Peleg. After he begot Peleg, Eber lived 430 years and begot sons and daughters. Peleg lived 30 years and begot Ray. After he begot Ray, Peleg lived 299 years and begot sons and daughters. Ray lived 32 years and begot Serug. After he begot Serug, Ray lived 207 years and begot sons and daughters. Serug lived 30 years and begot Nahor. After he begot Nahor, Serug lived 200 years and begot sons and daughters. Now Terah lived 70 years and begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. This is the genealogy of Terah. Terah begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Haran begot Lot and Haran died after his father Terah in his native land in Ur of Chaldeans. Then Abram and Nahor took wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife was Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Iscah. But Sarai was barren, and she had no child. And Terah took his sons Abram and his grandson Lot, the son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarai, and Abram's wife, and they went out with them from Ur of Chaldeans to go to the land of Canaan, and they came to Haran and dwelt there. So the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. One of the parts that really stood out to me today was in chapter 9, when Ham walks in on his father exposed after he had been drinking and became drunk and I think just passed out. I was like, what's like the big deal? Basically, Ham went out and exposed his father. Now, he didn't show his brothers, but he basically went out and who knows, mocked, laughed, whatever, or was just like, oh my gosh, I went in there and dad's passed out and he's drunk and, things are showing that shouldn't be showing. I don't know exactly how he said it. How he responded showed his character and a lack of good character. There's going to be many times in our life. There have been many times in my life where I have seen someone exposed. I don't mean their body parts. I mean parts of their life that I can either go out and gossip about them, and you know what? I have. Or I can conceal the matter. And if I feel led of the Lord, I can go to that person specifically and confront them. How much more would it have been for him to confront his father one-on-one, or to cover him up and not even say anything, and then after he woke up, go to his father and say, hey, Dad, when I walked in, I'm so sorry, I saw you and I covered you up, but, and maybe have a tough conversation. That would have been better than him running out, running his mouth to his brothers. And then, of course, we see what happens after that. And as I studied last year, I listened to the verse by verse ministries. He has an amazing teaching on it all, but I'm just going to do a quote from him. And he points out that drinking isn't evil. Drunkenness is evil. Drunkenness is a sin. According to the Bible, it breaks down the barriers erected by our conscience that God gave us to protect us from sin. It overrides our willingness to hear and follow the Spirit of God as He directs us. It tempts us into further sin, and its consequences extend farther beyond ourselves and into the lives of others. So Noah should have never gotten drunk and never put himself in a situation where he was exposed to where his son saw him. Another quote from Verse by Verse Ministry. So nakedness in our culture has lost its sense of shame. People glory in showing their bodies in an inappropriate degree. It's the ultimate sign of Christian immaturity and selfishness when we see a man or a woman wearing revealing clothing, especially among believers. And in our culture, it doesn't even have to just be in a church setting. So many things can be seen right here on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, and we're just putting it out there for all to see. I feel like as Christians, we should guard ourselves on what we're showing other people, whether it be our bodies or just other things. But also as Christians, we should guard what we're showing. Do we turn around and share things that expose people, that show people in just a really shameful light, or even showing things that may cause others around us to stumble just because we think it's funny or whatever? I think as Christians, we should guard and protect each other. And if I see my sister or my brother, now I'm not going to go to my brother on my own, I'm going to take my husband with me. If I see my sister or my brother in Christ, that they're doing something inappropriately, that they're doing something that shows shame to their character, I shouldn't just share it for everybody. I shouldn't run to another brother or sister and defame them and talk bad about them, cause my character to look bad as I'm gossiping about somebody else. I should go to that person and I should talk to them And I should certainly, we're not trying to cover up sin, but we're trying to cover up shame and go to that person and say, hey, listen, I saw some things. I saw a post. I saw you wear something, and it just isn't right. I know that this cannot always be easy because the person who receives it may not always receive it well, right? They may get angry with you. It may actually sever your relationship. But rather than going around gossiping about other people, going to your brothers and sisters and saying, oh my gosh, look, I saw so and so doing this. I've done it and I hate it because it shows such bad, godly character. So let's be men and women of God who show good, godly character. And you know what? If we're not sure, then how about don't say anything? Go to the Word, pray about it, and see what the Holy Spirit will lead you to do.